Imagine tomorrow morning your teacher walks into the classroom and says, "Forget your textbooks today. No notes, no memorizing. Today we are going to learn how to think." How many students would be excited? Probably many. But here is the surprising question: why is learning how to think not a bigger part of our education? Because every day schools teach us what to think. But do they teach us how to think? Good afternoon everyone, myself Mariam Conan from grade 6 Inventor. We live in a world where information is everywhere. A simple search can give us millions of answers in seconds. But the biggest challenge today is not finding answers. The biggest challenge today is knowing which answer is correct. How do we solve problems nobody has solved before? How do we question things? How do we create new ideas? A student can memorize hundreds of formulas, facts, and definitions. But if they cannot think creatively, critically, and independently, are they truly preparing them for the future? Maybe education should not only create students who remember answers. Maybe it should create students who can discover better questions. I remember sitting in my classroom looking at a difficult question in my textbook. I had studied the chapter, I had memorized the definitions, I had highlighted the important points. But when I saw the question, my mind was blank. I knew the information, but I didn't know how to use it. Later, that moment made me think, why did I spend so much time collecting knowledge, but so little time how to use my brain? Later, I noticed something interesting. The students who asked the most questions were not the ones with the highest marks. They were the ones who explored, they experimented, they wondered, what if, why can't, how can we improve this? And I realized something important. Thinking is not a talent that only few people have. Thinking is a skill that everyone can develop. My idea is simple. Schools should not only teach students what to learn, they should teach students how to think. Because every day schools teach us what to, because knowledge gives us answers and thinking gives us possibilities. A student who knows how to think can face a problem when there is even when there is no textbook chapter explaining it. Many of the world's greatest inventions started with a question. When Albert Einstein imagined riding on a beam of light, it was not because he memorized an answer, it was because he asked a question. When inventors create new technology, they don't start with what is the correct answer? They start with, did I get, how can we solve this problem? Modern education researchers also emphasize skills like creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and problem solving because these skills help students adapt in a rapidly changing world. The future will not belong to people who knows the most facts. It will belong to the people who can ask the right questions. Imagine giving someone the world's most advanced computer but never teaching them how to use it. The computer has amazing powers, but its potential remains hidden. Our brain is the most powerful tool we have, but if we only fill it with information and never train it to think, we are not using its full potential. Education should not only just fill minds, it should ignite them. Every student has ideas inside them, a question, a dream, a solution, but sometimes students stop asking questions because they are afraid of being wrong. They think, what if my answer is incorrect? But what if we change the question? Instead of asking, what if I am wrong? we ask, what can I learn from trying? Because every great discovery began with someone being brave enough to think. So today I want to ask every student, teacher and parent, don't only ask, did I get the correct answer? Also ask, did I question? Did I understand? Did I create? Because the world does not need more people who, who repeat what they are told. Because the greatest inventions of tomorrow will not come from students who remember yesterday's answer. It will come from students who have the courage to imagine tomorrow's questions.